begin in mountain pose at the tops of our mat. Circle sweep our arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins, spine is in neutral. Exhale, plant our hands, step back into plank. Feet are stacked over our toes, and our body is parallel to our mat. Exhale, chaturanga our arms for a 90-degree bend. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Do one more sun salutation. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale, step, hop, travel to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, get big, Upahastasana. Exhale, forward fold. You can begin to bring our arms and grab opposite elbows. Just let our head dangle here. You can make a slight bend with your knees. You can even begin to grab an interlace behind you. And allow your belly and thighs to touch to deepen the sensation. Exhale, plant your hands without slingshotting. Step back into plank. Chaturanga once more. Inhale, upward facing dog, broadening our shoulders. Exhale, downward facing dog. Begin to lift up your right leg for scorpion dog, stacking hip over hip. Just a few circles up here to wake ourselves up. Then circles the opposite way. Place your right leg back down. Lift up the left leg. The same on this side. Just a few circles. And the opposite way. Plant your feet. And lift up the right leg once more for three-legged dog. Foot is facing down towards the mat. Step it through, high crescent, keeping a 90-degree bend with our leg. And our back foot is spiked up. Pinkies are dialed close together. Our biceps are by our ears and our shoulders are relaxed. Keeping our hips parallel. Exhale, OMG pose. Curtsy the back left leg behind you and grounding through the right side of your foot. Still keeping that bend here. Arms are straight back. See if you can get them as straight as you can. Then exhale, plant your hands on the mat and bring your left knee behind your right thigh for perch pose. Then lift up into high crescent, back of the mat. So now your left leg is in front and your right leg is back and your right foot is spiked up. From high crescent, warrior two, keeping that heel arch alignment and strong triceps. Inhale, tip it back for peace. Gaze is upward. Straighten that front leg. Then we'll begin to plant our hands on the mat for wide-legged forward fold. We'll just hang here on this side. Planting our hands on the mat, we'll straighten our arms. We'll begin to heel toe our feet to the center and dip for Malasana squat. Pressing our elbows into our thighs, and we're stretching our inner thigh. Begin to place the left palm onto the mat. Lift up the right hand to the sky for a little bit of twist. We'll hold here for 3 more breaths. Planting your hand onto the mat. Raising your sits bones to the sky. Keeping feet facing forward in our wide-legged forward fold. Then we'll slowly raise for star pose. Exhale once more for warrior 2. Tip it back for peace. Frame your foot, chaturanga, take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll do the same on the left side. Begin to lift up that left leg here for 3-legged dog, making sure that toe is pointed towards the mat. Step it through, high crescent. Keeping biceps by ears again, and hips are parallel, and that back foot is spiked up. Then exhale, OMG pose, creating that curtsy with our arms straight back. Exhale, plant your hands on the mat. And now your right leg is behind your left foot. Then big movement here, placing the right leg onto the mat. Back now in high crescent at the back of your mat. Now your right leg should be up front and the left leg is backwards. Or if you did it the opposite way, your opposite leg would be backwards. Here, from high crescent, warrior 2. Keeping that heel arch alignment. And our shoulders are below our ears. Inhale, tip it back for peace. Gaze upward. Straighten that front leg. Then begin to plant our hands onto the mat. And I'll keep it this way so you guys can still see me. Planting our hands onto the mat for wide-legged forward fold. We'll hang here again once more. And planting your hands again onto the mat, we'll begin to heel toe, bringing your feet to center and dipping into Malasana squat. Be raising the left arm now to the sky with the right arm on the mat. We'll hold here for 3 more breaths. Bringing the hand back to the mat once more. Begin to spike up with our sits bones, widen our stance, and then rising once more into star pose. Warrior 2 to the back of the mat. Inhale, tip it back for peace. Frame your foot and cartwheel your arms, take your flow. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll then begin to lie flat on our mats, on our bellies, and we will do a half frog stretch. So what you do is you have one forearm on the mat. So I have my right forearm on the mat, and then we'll begin to lift up the opposite leg, so the left leg. And this is a bit of a hamstring stretch. So you can, however deep you want it to go, it's totally up to you. And so what you want to do is grab the outside of your foot and just hold here. You're also getting a little bit of a lower back stretch too. We'll hold here for 5 breaths. Release. Then grab the opposite leg. We'll hold here for 5 breaths. And release. We will then lie on our backs. And begin to tabletop our legs and bring them over to the right side for a supine twist. Just hold. And you can also begin to look the opposite way. Have 4 more breaths. Meet our legs back in center and tabletop. And then we'll let them fall to the left side. Also bring your gaze to the opposite side. Have 4 more breaths. We'll then release, bringing our legs back onto the mat. We'll then begin to transition into Shavasana. So letting everything dangle here. Your hands, your feet, let your shoulders melt into the mat. Let everything fall where it wants to fall. Unfurl your brow. Release your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Shavasana. Begin to bring back awareness to the body. Circle your hands and feet. Awaken your shoulders and limbs and torso. Then begin to fall on your favorite side. You can set a mini intention for the day with how you would like the rest of your day to flow. Just honor yourself by taking the time to center yourself today. Then slowly begin to press up. into seated. Circle sweep our arms for a final time. Bring them to heart center. The highest good in me honors, sees, and believes in the highest good in you. I hope this flow will give you a fresh start to your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me. Namaste. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next flow. Bye.